Hello again, everybody. My name is Dr. Evan Durnin. I'm a chiropractor and owner at Peak Health and Performance. We are an injury and sports rehab clinic in South Central Calgary, Alberta.
I'm Curtis Laughren. I own Crossfit Above All. We're located in South Central Calgary. What we're talking about today, or what we're starting today, is our core stability series. And we want to teach you guys how to stabilize your core and effectively train that core for better fitness. So Evan, why don't you start by explaining what makes up the core and what we want to be doing with it.
Absolutely. So when we're looking at this region of the body coming from our hips to our shoulders, in terms of bony structure to create stability, we don't have a whole heck of a lot. We have a whole stack of vertebrae coming through, creating the spine. But in terms of creating a solid trunk to transfer force, what we really need to create is more of a muscle tension type of core. So in order to create that, it's not necessarily just the 6, 8, 10 pack across the front of the body. You also have your obliques, your spinal stabilizers in the back, your diaphragm, and your pelvic floor. And we need all of those to contract together, compress everything in this region of the body to create a trunk instead of pushing all the force through that, just one twig in the back of the core.
Well, let me show you what we like to do here. We often use a hollow body rock to create that what we call a hollow body, that contracted abdominal region, which would be at one end of that neutral core zone. So let me show you exactly what we do. Often what we do is we'll just get people laid down on their backs. They get their feet straight up in the air. I'm curling my butt right off the ground. I'm going to bring my hands up close to my toes. So I'm laying completely on my lower back. I've got my abdominals completely contracted together, and now I can hinge the hip, not moving my hips down, but just the femur inside, and take my arms away from there. In this rounded position, if I just rock back and forth from this contracted core, I get a very intense core workout, which is all good for some of the advanced stuff, like kipping pull-ups, overhead presses, but it's not necessarily the right movement for our new to fitness people that might be watching this video and think about coming in and getting some exercise done, or maybe even some of your clients. What are you doing right now that is getting you results with your clients just in terms of core stability?
Absolutely. So again, what I like to create right off the bat is just the client or patient's ability to feel these muscles contract and get that awareness to their brain of whether or not they're creating a solid core or whether or not they're in neutral. So what I like to do is start over at the wall and create dynamic movement of the shoulders around a solid trunk, again, while bracing and breathing and being able to dynamically feel the entire core contracting. So why don't we step over to the wall. I'll use Curtis as a model, and I'll show you guys this bottle to the wall technique that I use with a lot of my patients. All right, so now we're up against the wall, and I can start to show Curtis the bottle to the wall exercise that we spoke about before. So in order to get him into the right position, what we usually do is start in a nice powerful shoulder width stance. His heels are going to be right up against the wall. His butt is going to be up against the wall. And what he's going to do now is start to turn his feet outwards, which is going to fire some of his lateral glutes. He's going to fire his glute max at the back, so his butt's going to be contracted. What we're going to do is take a water bottle. We're going to put it in the apex of his lower back. So it's going to sit right at the bottom of his lumbar spine. From this position, he's going to contract the front of his core, going back to that punching analogy that we used before. He's going to feel the side of his core contract, and he's going to feel the pressure of the bottle pushing against his low back, pushing against the wall. So from here, he has a nice solid trunk. Now what we're going to integrate in is a dowel. So Curtis is going to hold the dowel like he's gripping a hang snatch position. From here, feel everything contract around the core, brace and breathe as he has the dowel at his waist. He's going to take another deep breath in, raise the bar up overhead, touch his knuckles to the wall, feel everything completely solid. After a deep breath, come back down to his waist. I challenge everybody, whether you're a regional CrossFitter or somebody just coming into the gym for your first workout in 2 years, to do this exercise as a warm-up every single day. 10 deep breaths at the bottom and 10 deep breaths at the top, and just feel your core engaged so that you know where neutral is before you jump up on the bar or put 100 or more pounds above your head.
Evan, that was a great exercise for our brand new fitness people or our deconditioned people. The other day, you showed me 3 movements that really worked my core, and I think it would be fantastic at building that pelvic floor for moms, new to fitness people, and even our advanced people. Would you mind showing people what those 3 movements are?
Yes, we are going to speak about these 3 movements in our next video series when we touch a little bit more on injury prevention and rehabilitation of the core, and not necessarily just how to integrate people into the gym.